Hey fams, this is not where we wanted to be today. We are in a parking lot just about an hour and a half from the track in Ennis, Texas. We are letting the car rest here a little bit. We've been running hot today. Some of these hills don't seem very steep, but they're really long, gradual hills. And even this tiny trailer with our torque converter doesn't have lockup is running pretty hot. So our engine was running as high as like 228 before we kind of slow down and let it cool off. But the worst thing is, I think we've lost the transmission. We did have a temperature gauge on the transmission, but there was a wiring fault or a calibration issue we didn't have a chance to take care of, and so it wasn't reading correctly. But we started to feel some slip. We changed oil at Buc-ee's and found some material in the oil. So I think we've wrecked this automatic, I'm afraid. So we might be out this week. We were coming down this area here, and we started to have, all neutral, and we put it in reverse, backed up, tried for a drive again, and we were able to get into this parking lot. So unfortunately, you may not see any more drag racing from the Stealth this week. We are having Brent and Hunter going back to get his truck and trailer. As he takes a short way, it's not too long, so he'll probably be back in a few more hours. We are going to try to finish out Road Week and try to get you guys some coverage of the drag racing and the cars that are still in it. And so please look forward to that. We'll tear down this transmission later, see what overheated, get that temperature sensor working. We may go to a little bit tighter converter, or the whole trailer idea just may not work that well on this, because with the loose converter, we'd be turning like 4,000 RPM at highway speed type of thing anytime we were trying to pull a grade. And so we're going to look into that. We're also going to look into some lockup converters if that's a possibility. I know restalled converters can go pretty far, but they have some issues with really high power. So we may talk to Hughes Transmissions and see what they recommend for that. I'm also going to talk to Precision and see if it's possible to kind of fit a clutch setup for lockup in that torque converter, because that would go a really long way for the engine and the transmission. And so unfortunately, not necessarily a part failure, but really our fault for not paying enough attention to the temperature. Probably if we had a working temperature gauge, we'd be seeing like 300 degrees at the transmission, and I mean, it just cooked it. In the past, we've had overdrive go out when they got hot, but the rest of the gears made it through the week. And so this time, overdrive and the rest of the gears kind of went out at the same time. So that sounds bad, but I think it does show some encouragement from our 4 or 5 disc overdrive clutch setup we've been testing, because before, the lifespan of the stock overdrive clutch would be such that it would have died, very first time you go 25-30% throttle and Ford can kill those things. So we'll take a look at that and see how bad that is, but we're just going to have to do some more testing. This is why we try to test the parts that we sell and recommend, because certain combinations need a little bit of tinkering and engineering to make them work right. And so that's just part of the deal. We could sit here tonight and probably change some clutches out and get this transmission back on the road, but I just think it's going to suffer the same failure until we re-engineer a few of the cooling solutions or something with the torque converter. So again, stay tuned. We're not completely out of the week. I still support everybody there. We're a sponsor of the 10-second class for Rocky Mountain Race Week. I want to be there, get some drag racing videos, just enjoy watching them, see the sights and scenery. When they go to Tulsa, they're going to do a bunch of Route 66 travels, and so we're going to be in Nick's Audi, and we're also probably going to have Brent's truck towing the Stealth, which is going to look a little funny going through there, but that's what we're going to do. And just so we can enjoy the week, we already have the hotels booked. We all got commitments to be here this week, and so we're going to try to have a good time, and we hope you do have fun watching them.